So Pluto, in many ways, represents the spiritual core. It represents the spiritual core in its dormant phase, like a seed planted deep into the earth. The seed must be awakened by the energy of the sun and by the fires and the powers of the earth in order for it to really germinate and in order for it to grow into whatever tree of life it is destined to become. So Pluto represents the spiritual core of a person, the level of the self that is usually the most hidden, the most secret, the most shrouded in darkness, yet it represents the essential expression of you. But because of the veils of forgetting, many of you forget about this level of the self, and it ends up anchoring into the subconscious because it is not brought forth into consciousness. For some people it is, and you call them enlightened masters. They're like it from a young age. But for most people, they forget the spiritual core, so it descends into the subconscious. And it's almost as if it hides there, camouflaged in a veil of darkness. As you begin to access more light, as you begin to awaken your heart center, the subconscious becomes illuminated, and that light will travel all the way from the sun to what you call the furthest planet, Pluto. Your spiritual heart will make it through all of the energy centers until it goes to the most intimate, innermost one, which would be Pluto. Uranus has to do with the idea of letting go of the old self to be reborn as a new one. Uranus, in many ways, is a planet of transformation. It is a planet of change. And it is also a planet of sacrifice in exchange for new life. These are some of the powers of Uranus. So keep in mind, this can look like your life going through many transformations. And it might look like there's losses. And you may say, where's everything going? And then all of that energy that leaves, quote unquote, leaves, if you stay in the positive state, again, it bounces off the borders of the universe and then comes back to you multiplied. That's what we mean about the powers of Uranus. So there are many dimensions to it. To best understand these planets from a human psychological level, study the gods. In this instance, look into the Roman gods. Start to investigate some of these things. And you are going to start to see some of the archetypal themes through those stories very clearly. And that will help you to understand the planets more intuitively, more deeply.